What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jerome, and I'm here today with the review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Season 5, Episode 7, titled Shaking the Table. Without further ado, let's get into this ratchet-ass episode we had tonight. Alright, so then you got this scene with Sean Love and Amber Diamond. You know, since Amber told her mama that, you know, the scene with her and Rockstar in the studio went so well, Sean decides that she's going to do a photo shoot for this album cover. I'm like, girl, if you only knew how that song really sounded, you'd ask for your 20 G's back and be like, fuck nah, this bitch can't sing. Like, what the fuck did I just spend 20 G's on? So, you know, Sean is like, she don't want her daughter out there sucking and fucking like she was. I'm like, what? Did you say you were sucking and fucking? Okay. And then you still managed to only get on Love and Hip Hop. Yeah, you must have been sucking and fucking the wrong dicks and stuff like that, because that's not something to brag about. I was just like, you know what? Jesus, take the wheel. Please take the wheel. Take it from my hand, because I can't do this on my own. Yes, I'm letting it go. Woo, give me one more chance, because I don't know what road I'm on watching Love and Hip Hop right now. Like, when she said sucking and fucking, I'm like, God damn. Like, that's some crazy ass shit. So, you know, she also calls her daughter a spoiled little bitch. I'm like, damn, you done called your daughter a little spoiled bitch. And then, you know, she's talking about the music that Rockstar did for Amber, but Amber dumbass never even listened to the song. I'm like, are you serious? Like, first your mama sat here and gave this motherfucker $20,000 over the table for something she don't even know what for something she don't know what she getting. Then number two, she don't know that you can't fucking sing. Like, damn. You could have spent that $20,000 on something more lucrative that would give you a profit, because Amber's voice is not profitable at all. Like, damn. Like, I would love to have 20 G's just to throw away. But not for somebody who can't sing. Like, ridiculous as fuck. So, you know, like I said, Amber's doing this photo shoot. And I guess Amber wasn't doing the photo shoot to Sean's liking, so Sean tells her to step to the side. And then, you know, she starts showing her how she wants it done. And I'm like, oh, wow. Momager in full effect. And, you know, they start to arguing with each other. And, you know, she calls her another bitch. I'm like, damn. Tell me how you really feel about her. And then this single release party for Amber Diamond. So, you know, Rockstar, he hit up Brooke Valentine to come to the event, and Brooke has brought Paris with her. And, you know, basically Rockstar comes up to them. He's telling them about how he met Amber, how her mama gave him $20,000 to make this song, how he needs them to, you know, not bob their heads and, you know, vibe to the music, although the music is complete bullshit. So, you know, Brooke says, they got it. So then she and Paris go sit down. She shows Paris her engagement ring and all that kind of stuff. And she's talking about how she can't wait to, you know, stand in front of Lyrica and show off her engagement ring. And I'm just like, okay, Brooke, whatever you say. So then Paris is telling Brooke about the whole situation with Tierra and, you know, Dumb and Dumber and Sweaty Buff Barbie. So, Brooke is like, the reason why she said something was because she was trying to look out for Tierra, which I'm like, cool, that's what's up. So, you know, Sean comes in, and, you know, she goes up to Amber. She and Amber apologize to each other about what happened at the photo shoot. And, you know, she's there to see, you know, what she spent $20,000 on. And I'm like, that's why I feel like that thing was all set up last week, because I can't see somebody just giving a person that they don't know that well $20,000 to work on something that they have not heard or seen yet. Like, why would you just give somebody $20,000 for something for a product that you don't have in your hand? Makes no sense to me, but, you know, whatever. So, Rockstar plays a song for the crowd that Mona has paid to be there. That shit is heavily auto-tuned, and Sean is not happy about that. She's like, I spent $20,000 for, this bullshit. Like, this is some bullshit. And, she gets into it with Rockstar, and then, Rockstar's like, play the actual song. So this motherfucker actually plays a song where Amber sounds a hot fucking mess. I'm like, oh my God. Like, that girl had to be embarrassed in front of all those people for them to hear her horrible ass singing. And when they were playing that song, Paris is a key. Like, I like Paris because she's comedic relief on this cast. Like, I like her just for the fact that she's funny. Like, that whole scene was stupid. I'm just serious, and then Amber and her mama get into it again, and I'm like, Sean, you can't really be mad at her too much because you put yourself in this position. You gave Rockstar $20,000 before he even made the song for you. You didn't hear him make a beat for you. You didn't hear him do anything. Like, you're the one that paid that $20,000 for something that you didn't even have in your hand before you gave him the money. So that's your fault, not Amber's. Okay, you got Tiara, Princess, and Nikki. They are meeting up for lunch. And, this is the first time that Tiara is meeting up with those two since they've actually met with Alejandra and Sade, Shaniqua, whatever that bitch name is. Don't really care. So they're sitting down with her, and they're basically telling her, well, actually, it's mostly Paris talking because Nikki ain't really doing much of talking. So Paris is telling her how, she found Sade on, Instagram. She has a clothing boutique. So she hit her up and she wanted to invite her out to lunch to pretend like Nikki wanted to invest into her company and all that kind of stuff. And then they're telling her that, Akbar said that, they have been married for 6 years. They have a house here in Dallas. They have a house out there in LA, and they have one in Atlanta, which Tiara knew nothing about that. And then, they're also talking about how they met up with Alejandra and how she knew about Tiara. And, Tiara's just taken aback because this is news to her. And she's talking about how she's, asked Akbar about everything, but he just plays things off like it's nothing and all that kind of stuff. So Paris and Nikki are like, what, Tiara, whatever you want to do, we got your back, we support you. So basically, Tiara wants to, meet up with Akbar and, however many women it is, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many women it is, she wants to meet up with him and those women and confront him about it. All right, and then like the craziest scene of the episode was when Paris and Tiara went over to Akbar's house. Now Tiara says this was supposed to be date night for her and Akbar, but since she found out all this information, she wants to get to the bottom of what's going on. And Paris kept her word. Paris is right there, ride or die with her girl. But, Nikki, she had a family issue. I'm like, nah, that bitch is just scared of Buff Barbie. That's all it is. Nikki didn't want that smoke. So, they ring the doorbell. Akbar opens the door and he sees Tiara and Paris there. And, he's like, is Paris dropping you off? She's like, nah. She met your wife and your girlfriend. So, he invites them in and he's trying to be charming to, he was like, I like you to Paris. And I'm like, nigga, do you think you are a panty dropper? Because absolutely not. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, oh God, that shit. Like, he was just in there, like, trying to flirt with Paris. I'm like, nigga, fuck out of here. So then he gonna sit here telling him how he invests in women. I'm like, are they stocks and bonds or some shit like that? Like, what the fuck? So then the two sister wives, Dumb and Dumber, come out. And, Alejandra, that bitch had sweat stains up under her arm. I'm like, are you nervous or something? Like, what, the camera light's too hot or something? But you'd have them big, huge ass sweat stains under your armpits. Like, oh my God. And then, Sade asked, Tiara if she set up Paris to meet her. And, Tiara's like, no, that was all Paris' idea. And Paris says, yeah, that was my idea. And then, Alejandra want to jump in and talk about when Paris came to her gym and all that kind of stuff. And again, Paris is like, that was all me. Tiara had nothing to do with that. And then Sade's like, she was talking about how if, Tiara wants to get through Akbar, she got to go through her. And I'm like, what kind of dumbass shit is this? Like, are y'all auditioning for Sister Wives or something like that? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm with Tierra, like, hell no, I do not want to be a part of that shit. Like, it was dumb as fuck. And then she gonna tell Tierra, I'm first, she's second, and bitch, you gonna be motherfucking last. I'm like, nah, bitch, you gonna be I ain't gonna be shit. I'm gonna be out of here. Like, I'm gonna be out the door. You two hoes can keep him. Like, it ain't that good. Like, I'm first, she's second, and bitch, you gonna be motherfucking last. But that's your husband. Like, huh? I really don't get it. And I really didn't get that shit. So then they start arguing with each other, and then Paris and Buff Barbie start to arguing after Buff Barbie talking about how she want to sit there, how she want to speak. I'm like, bitch, ain't nobody trying to listen to nothing that you saying. So Tiara tries to leave, and then Dum Dum tries to attack her. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, the girl was leaving, and here you come trying to attack her and fight her for what? Like, she's leaving. Like, I didn't get that. And then, Buff Barbie over there trying to fight with Paris and all that kind of stuff. And I'm so glad when it came down to Paris that Paris, grabbed the bitch hair and did at least get one lick in on Buff Barbie. I'm like, please beat her ass. Like, I didn't understand any of that shit with those. And then, Tierra's outside and Dumb and Dumber is out there still trying to fight Tierra. I'm like, why are you trying to fight Tierra? What is your purpose? Like, I don't get it. And then, you see Buff Barbie with the sweat pit stains run back in there trying to fight Paris. And she swings, but she completely misses Paris. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what the fuck was that I just watched? I was shocked. Like, fuck, like, what the fuck was that? All right, so we got K Michelle. She and Safari are together. And basically, Safari wants to know from K Michelle, like, when it came down to you and Lil Lyrica arguing with each other, why did I come up in it? How did I come up in it? And all kind of stuff. And K Michelle is like, when it came down to her and Lil Lyrica's argument, she had, he was like, why come you didn't throw some more shots at her? She said, I threw everything that I had at her, and that was the last thing that she had. And she kind of feels bad about throwing her friend, under the bus and all that kind of stuff, because he didn't have anything to do with it. And she apologizes to him, and he accepts her apology. And then Safari's telling her about the conversation that he had with Clutch and Pearls at the studio and all that kind of stuff. And then K Michelle is like, I think you might have messed with Lil Lyrica, but Safari never said yes or no that he messed with Lil Lyrica. And that this whole episode was driving me crazy, because he admitted to Ray J a few episodes ago that he fucked Lil Lyrica, but then this episode he's not saying yes or no that he fucked her. And I'm like, Mona, bitch, what the fuck you got going on? Like, tell your writers to keep the storyline consistent, because this storyline is not consistent at all. First Safari admits it, and now y'all rewriting history, and he not trying to admit it at all. Like, Mona, get your writing staff together. All right, so this episode opens up where it ended last week, which was with Big Lyrica came in and she got into the fight with Clutch and Pearl's brother. Is it Floyd or Lloyd? I can't remember which one, but his wife Patrice, they fighting each other. And then Lil Lyrica, she gonna sit there and pick up the chair like, girl, you are pregnant, and here you are picking up a chair. So they escorted all of them out, like they done tore that restaurant up. I'm like, y'all can't go. I'm like, damn. Like, I'm surprised people still let the Love and Hip Hop cast even film at their places the way that they act the fucking fool. But like I said, they got Patrice, Clutch and Pearls, Mama Dap, and Big Brother Lloyd in the restaurant, and they still upset. They they upset with Clutch and Pearls about this whole situation, and I'm like, why are y'all mad? Y'all the ones who caused this whole scene and all that kind of shit. Especially you, Patrice. You the one who caused this scene. When Big L walked in there, and she asked what's going on. You talking about ask her daughter and all that kind of stuff. Patrice, you the one that started that. And then Clutch and Pearls is talking to his family. And he's trying to tell them the reason why he actually brought them together was to tell them that he and Lil Lyrica are having a baby. And why he say that? Cause this made shit even worse. They talking about they don't know. You don't know if it's yours or not. I'm like, oh my God, like here we go. that shit was crazy as fuck, man. Like, I don't know how this is gonna work with that baby and this family. When one side of that baby's family can't stand the other side of the baby's family, like, that's some crazy ass shit. Like, oh my God. So Clutch and Pearls, he goes outside to where Little L and Big L are, and in the car, and Big L and Little L are talking. When he walks out there, Big L's like, you know what? I came here, and the last time I saw you was when I was at your house, and you kicked me out, and you never even apologized to me about that. So Clutch and Pearls, he does apologize to Big L about it, and then he tells Big L that he and Little L are having a baby, and then her melodramatic ass gonna hop out that car and run through traffic. I'm like, now what the hell you gonna do if you get hit by a car? Trying to be melodramatic and all that shit, like, what the fuck? I mean, I get her point is, I get what she was saying. The fact that the families are not getting along with each other, but I mean, what the fuck they got to do with anything? Your daughter is pregnant. Like, be happy for your daughter and say, you know what, y'all got some stuff that y'all got to work out with, Clutch and Pearl's family, and once y'all work that out, everything is gonna be good. But no, she gets out the car and acts a damn fool. Like, what the fuck? You got Lil Lyrica and Clutch and Pearls. They are out shopping. And, they're walking. I think that was Hollywood Boulevard that they were walking on. And, they talking and all that kind of stuff. Lyrica is still in her feelings about how her pregnancy reveal blew up in their face and all that kind of stuff. And, Clutch and Pearls, he's like, eventually they're going to have to get over it, which they will. Once that baby gets here, they're going to have to let all that bullshit go. Maybe not. Who knows? I also meant to say that in Pam's interview in this episode, she looked really decent with that blonde wig. It wasn't, the wig wasn't bad. Only thing that was fucked up about Pam with them ugly ass tattooed on eyebrows. Like, what the fuck is up with her eyebrows? Like, somebody help Pam out with the eyebrows, please. So, like I said, they're talking about that. And, they're talking about how they want to meet up with their friends. Lil Lyrica, she misses, Brooke's friendship and all that kind of stuff. But she's still upset that Brooke listened to, the quote, drama from K. Michelle. And I'm like, K. Michelle never said anything to Brooke. Brooke said that she, saw you and Safari flirting at that Facebook Live event that y'all had with Kendall. So K. Michelle never said anything to her. But if that's what you want to say, Lil Lyrica, go for it. Don't really give a shit. And then, they want to meet up with Ray and Princess and all that kind of stuff. And with them meeting up with Ray and Princess, they want to tell them that they're pregnant. So basically, they want to get all their friends together that are in a relationship and have a couples thing. Okay, and then we got this weekend plan that Brooke had for Marcus. So Marcus is pulling up to the hotel. Excuse me, shit. Marcus is pulling up to the hotel that Brooke is at. He goes upstairs to the hotel room that Brooke is in. He walks in there and he sees this wedding set up. And there's Brooke sitting at the altar with, some I don't know if that was a minister or one of those, people who got they ordained ministry to officiate over the internet or what. And then you got Bridget in the background too. Like I said, it's a wedding. Marcus is like, what the hell is going on here, with the surprised look on his face, like he, like a deer in headlights. And, like I said, it is a surprise wedding to him. Brooke looks so fucking crazy and thirsty, but like I've been saying, man, Brooke is fine as fuck. I don't get what the fuck is going on with Brooke. So while they're here at this wedding, in walks Marcus' mom, Ms. Lori, and Brooke's mother. And, they trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And hell, Marcus is like, I don't know what's going on. And then, the woman tries to get the wedding started. He's like, you got to stop this. This ain't about to happen. And, he pulls Brooke to the side and he's basically telling Brooke, this is not how I wanted things to go. Like, you taking everything away from me. Because once she took the engagement away from him, and now she's taking the wedding away from him. Like, it's not what he wanted and it's not what he planned. But, Marcus does surprise Brooke. He gets down on one knee and he opens up a ring box, and there is another engagement ring in there that he has for Brooke. He asks Brooke, to marry him, and Brooke says yes. And I'm like, it took all of this for you to get an engagement? I'm like, okay, whatever. And I also tweeted, is this a real engagement? Are they like for real engaged? Because if I'm not mistaken, when the first episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood aired, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that Stassi was on social media telling Brooke to come get her fiance. But, that's just what I thought I saw. Could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. But are Brooke and Marcus actually real life engaged? Somebody answer that question for me. All right, so then we got Ray J. He's at home, and he got some pickles, some pickle juice, and some milk for Princess. I'm like, that's nasty as fuck. And then, she comes down and she's telling him how, she likes to have that before 10 a.m. And I'm like, that's nasty. Like, that don't even go together. So, Princess is telling him how, Clutch and Pearls and Little Lyrical want them to get together go out for dinner because they are gotten back together. He's like, they've gotten back together and they patched things up. She's like, yeah, they patched things up. And, Ray says, ever since Sephora told me he was smashing the homie. I'm sorry. Because I've been trying to practice this. I'm about to try it again. He says, ever since Sephora told me he was smashing the homie's wife, Lil Lyrica, I've been avoiding Clutch and Pearls. And, I just got too much knowledge. And to be start over. Ever since Sephora told me he was smashing the homie's wife, Lil Lyrica, I've been avoiding Clutch and Pearls. And, I just got too much knowledge to be keeping it from my brother. It's just foul, man. That was, nah. We're going to do it one more time. Ever since Sephora told me he was smashing a homie's wife, Little Lyrica, I've been avoiding Clutch and Pearls. I just got too much knowledge to be keeping it from my brother. It's just foul, man. So, he's telling Princess about, how he just can't sit in front of Clutch and Pearls knowing that Sephora supposedly, fucked Little Lyric and all that kind of stuff. And I actually have to agree with Princess on what she said to Ray J. It's just like, why is this bothering you so much? Like, it ain't got nothing to do with you. And first of all, you are the one that went fishing for this information. So don't go fishing for something because you're gonna find. You don't go fishing for something that you might find. Like, cause he set himself up for this, and now you know something that you're trying to unknow, which is not possible. All right, then you got Ray J. He is meeting with Safari, and he says he needs to clear his conscience, and that this is Safari's secret to tell. Which, no shit, Sherlock, it is Safari's secret. I don't know why you're making it all about you. Like, just because don't. I don't know how I would feel if one of my friends knew that my significant other was cheating on me and didn't tell me. I would be pissed, but Ray is just putting 20 on 10 with this whole shit, to be quite honest with you. And then this nigga has the nerve to invite Safari to the dinner that Clutch and Pearls and Little Lyrica has invited him and Princess to. I'm like, what? Talking about he wants Safari to tell his side, be like, I hit it once. It was a mistake. I apologize for it. That's not who I am and all that kind of shit. And I'm just like, Ray J, you sound stupid as fuck to sit here and tell this nigga to come to a dinner that you were invited to. Like, really, Ray J? You asking for some shit to just pop off completely. And then lastly, the dinner from hell. So, Ray and Princess are there first. They beat Little Lyrica and Clutch and Pearls there. And Ray is actually happy that, they beat them there, that they not just sitting there waiting for them. And, he's sitting there telling Princess how he invited Safari to the dinner. And, Princess is like, you did what? Like, why would you do that? Like, we were invited here. Like, you can't invite somebody and we were invited to it. Like, that's stupid. Like, oh my God. So then Clutch and Pearl shows up, and so does Marcus and Brooke. And, Lil L apologizes to Princess about, not being there for her gender reveal party, which I thought she was there for the gender reveal party. Because isn't that where she and Brooke got into it at? Whatever. Don't mind me. So then, Brooke and Lil L apologize to each other about their things. And then, Brooke shows her engagement ring. She tells her that she and Marcus are engaged. And then Lil L sends up, talking about she's pregnant. And she's showing her stomach. I'm like, girl, you acting like you like 6 or 7 months pregnant. Like, you ain't showing like that to be out there rubbing your stomach, showing your stomach, like, whatever. And then, Ray J, he's over there like, whoa, time out. The homie, they were separated for weeks and weeks, and now she's pregnant. And who's the baby daddy? Clutch and Pearls or Safari? Which is a good question. if the storyline is true, which I'm starting to doubt the storyline more and more as the episodes go by. So, Princess takes little Elle to the bathroom to tell her that what's going on and how Ray J invited Safari there. And as they leave, Safari comes in and he sits down with them. And, Ray feels like he's not being a good friend to Clutch and Pearls and Safari, because he feels like he can't be a good friend because he knows the secret that he supposedly knows about Safari, smashing Little Lyric and all that kind of stuff. So, Ray says that Safari told him that, him and Lil L had sex. And so, my facial reaction was just like Marcus's facial reaction. I'm like, what? So, Safari says, to Clutch and Pearl, he's like, do you think I could do that? And he was like, I don't know. You're not saying nothing. And this whole thing, Safari cannot keep a straight face. And that's the other reason why I'm just not sure what to believe. Because also, Safari never said yes or no again to sleeping with Lil L. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, oh my God. So then Brooke with the church finger, she gets up and she goes over there to get Lil L. And, they come back and, Lil L's like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? And I'm like, calm the fuck down. Like, you doing too much. And then, as Safari gets up to leave, that's when Clutch and Pearls, he hops over the table like Spider-Man trying to get at Safari. That was the end of the episode. And then the preview from next week's episode, this season so far is not letting down one bit. Like, this is a fire ass season of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. But that was the episode. Like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you later.